Hey guys, today is Christmas tree day for my family. Today is Saturday, November 29th, November 30th. And this is just something that we do every year. I thought I would get ready and just chat with you while I get ready. Because I'm going to do Christmassy eyes because it's Christmas time now, okay? But anyway, so Christmas tree day, I'm like squeezing out the very last little bit I can get out of this primer. Christmas tree day was something that was started, I don't even know how many years ago. It's been a very long time. And my mom's side of the family, we would all go to the Christmas tree farm, and we'd ride the wagon out. We always get a big picture. In fact, the place that we would go all the time would put our family's picture on their website, like in their main page. It was kind of cool. Because we're a pretty large crew. Like there's going to be at least 40 of us there today, and that's not everybody. So, yeah, it's a big crew. But anyway, so we would go out to the Christmas tree farm and ride the wagon out into the farm, and everyone would go and pick their trees, and like my aunt would make these cute little tags with like each family's name on them so that you could put it on the tree that you were going to get, and or like if you were walking around and trying to decide between a couple, you could kind of like mark one so that if you wanted to come back to it, you could. But anyway, just a fun family tradition. We would all sing on the hay wagon or whatever and just have fun and pick out our trees, and we'd be there for several hours. The place has a really cute log cabin, and you would go in and have hot chocolate and hot dogs and cookies, and Santa was in there and all that fun stuff. I'm going to use my Kaleidos Futurism palettes, the Sci-Fi Green and Saber Bronze, because yeah, like I'll show you. Because these are the colors in Sci-Fi Green. And then these are the colors in Saber Bronze. So that's what we're doing. I haven't decided yet if I'm doing silver or gold. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, so that is just a fun family tradition that we have done for years and years. And then when we would leave there, we all go back to my mom and dad's house, and then we would always record it, and then watch the Michigan-Ohio State game, and have tons more food, and play games, and just all hang out, and spend the rest of the day and evening like that. So it's always been something that I really look forward to, more so than Thanksgiving, because I'm not really a Thanksgiving person. Like, it doesn't really excite me. So, but I always know that the Saturday after Thanksgiving is Christmas tree day, and that is fun. So that is what we're doing today. Now, the funny part is, since then, pretty much everyone has started getting artificial trees. So we would still go, because there'd be a few people who would get a real tree, so we'd all just go for the experience and everything. Well, then it kind of got where it was like, it gets a little boring when you're not picking out a tree for yourself, because now you're spending a ton of time there waiting for the people who are picking out trees, and you don't want to rush people, but it gets where like the little kids, because we have a ton of little kids in our family, they're getting like cranky, they're tired of being there, that kind of stuff. And so it gets like, it was getting where it was just not as enjoyable. And the tree farm was like, I think it's like 40 minutes away or something. I mean, it was a good distance away. So last year was the first year that there was only one family that was still getting a tree. So they went to the farm and then came back to my mom and dad's, and we waited to watch the game until they got there. But this year, nobody's going to the farm as far as I know. So, no, they must not be, because I know we're starting the game right at noon. So, like when it actually starts. So that is what we're doing. We're just going to my mom and dad's and still having Christmas tree day, but nobody's going to get Christmas trees. So it's funny how things change over the years, but like we still want to keep, obviously the most fun part of it to us was just being together. And not every year, like every other year, my one cousin from the other side of the state is here, and this is a year that she's here, because otherwise they go with her husband's side of the family every other year. And then and I have another cousin who lives over there too, but she's usually over here for Thanksgiving and not always Thanksgiving. She might go down to her in-laws, but it's still on this side of the state, and then she's here for Christmas tree day. So that works out awesome because then I get to spend time with them. So that was the only reason I was a little bummed that on Thanksgiving this year I wasn't at my aunt's like normal, because of course this was a year that my cousin was over here and I could have spent time with her, but that's all right. Our Thanksgiving was really nice. I hope yours was too. We went to my in-laws and I made candied sweet potatoes, corn with, butter and salt and pepper, because I don't know about you, but in my family, corn is a must when you have mashed potatoes. Like, you don't have one without the other, because you put your corn on your mashed potatoes, right? Yeah, duh. Everyone does that. Okay, they don't, but that's what we do. And so I know his family doesn't do that, so I brought corn, and I also made a cranberry strawberry sauce, which was, it turned out so good. So, and his sister was amazing, my sister-in-law. She made me gluten-free bread in her bread maker, which I thought was extremely thoughtful. She's always very thoughtful. Like, when there's family get-togethers and we're having, like, dessert for someone's birthday or something, she, like, will make me gluten-free brownies and stuff. Like, she's super sweet like that and thoughtful. So I was very, very thankful for that, and that was awesome. And we laughed a lot and ate good food, and then I went to work for a few hours in the evening and came home. And then shortly after that, my husband and boys got home, and my husband and I sat down with coffee and worked on a puzzle, because yes, we're like that. We are going to be amazing old people. And so it was just a really nice Thanksgiving. And then yesterday, I don't do Black Friday shopping. No. So I actually ordered a couple things online Thanksgiving night for gifts. And then yesterday we just stayed home and I put out, some more of my Christmas decorations and did a ton of laundry. I was so behind on laundry. And with, a 20-year-old who works a dirty outside job, and then a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old and my husband and myself, there's a lot of laundry in our house. And especially, like, my youngest son plays basketball, so he's been having, practice and stuff several days a week, so tons of basketball clothes. And then I hate when they have gym during school too, and especially when gym falls at the same time as like basketball or something, because then they have 2 sets of like gym type clothes every day plus their normal clothes. Yikes. So anyway, I spent yesterday doing laundry and putting out more decorations and working on the puzzle that we're working on, and just enjoyed the day relaxing. And so today we're heading over to the craziness. Yesterday was also my twin niece's birthday. London and Lily turned 8 yesterday, but I will see them today and give them their presents. And so that's always fun. We always celebrate their birthday on Christmas tree day. And, they probably kind of feel like it's a giant party for them, so that's kind of fun. And then, so we'll go over there today and hang out. I'm making apple crisp to take. And then we will, I think we're having like chili and hot dogs and stuff that's easy to feed a, large group of people. And everybody brings stuff, different sides, like salad type things and desserts and cookies. And we have giant pots of hot chocolate on the stove and, mini marshmallows and all that good stuff. So my sister does a candy cane hunt for the kids every year, because my parents live in the country and they have like these trails. And so my sister goes and hangs candy canes all through the trails, and then the kids go and like gather them and stuff. It's fun. So that's a fun thing that they always look forward to. And then I know for sure my husband and I and our 2 of our boys are spending the night there tonight. And then I'm not sure my other sister with the twins and my niece Peyton, who's the same age as Asher, or they're like 5 months apart. Asher's a little bit older, but hopefully they are staying the night too, I hope, because it's just fun. And then my mom already was like, get stuff for breakfast in the morning and all that good stuff. So this is another thing, like, that has really been on my mind lately. We had, last year, okay, so my mom's mom had moved to Florida for several years, but before that, she would take turns at different people's houses for Christmas. Well, she even did then. She, like, would come back from Florida for Christmas and take turns going to, you know, her kids' houses each year for Christmas. And, like, spending the night on Christmas Eve and whatever. Well, last year was our night with her, or our Christmas with her. And she spends Christmas Day there, too, obviously. And, also, my dad's mom was not doing well, and so we decided, or, you know, my dad really wanted my grandma at their house for Christmas. So we got her from the place where she was living and, you know, brought her there. And it was so amazing. I was 40 years old and had both of my grandmas Christmas Eve, spend the night, and be there Christmas morning with me. I know that is not something, I think that's a major rarity. And it was just so cool. Such a great memory that I'll always have, and just so special. And, you know, a privilege to be able to help take care of my grandma and have her there with us. And, you know, my mom was kind of nervous about it because she required help with everything at that point. And it was like, you know, my sister and I were like, you know, we'll help. We can do this, you know. And also, all three of my sister, both of my sisters and I have all worked in, like, assisted living and nursing homes. So we all have experience in care like that anyway, so that is helpful. And actually my mom did when she was young too. But so we had both of my grandmas there, and I think my husband might be calling me for food. Yeah?
Yeah, get your breakfast ready.
Okay, I'll be right there. I told him he could interrupt me when he was done cooking because he's making me breakfast. So I'll finish what I was saying here and then I will come back. But yeah, so she came, you know, we got to have her there and my other grandma, and so pictures with them, and just such an awesome thing. And so it really had me thinking about how, because at first my mom was like, I just can't do this, you know, we have on Christmas Day, because like on Christmas Eve, my one sister who only has one daughter, and her husband, and then us, you know, my family and my mom and dad and stuff, we all go to church together. And then my mother and father-in-law, and sometimes my sister-in-law too, come over after church because they go to a different church. And we all eat dinner together, and then we play games. And then his mom and dad leave, and we, the moms, my mom and my sister and I, usually stay inside and work on Christmassy type things. And the guys go out to the man cave and play euchre and whatever. And so typically that's what our Christmas Eve looks like. And then we get up in the morning because we all spend the night, and then we do presents and stuff, and then we sort of get ourselves together. But I go on Christmas Eve early and help my mom make food for the next few days, like help her prep it. My sister does too. And so then we get up on Christmas morning and do our presents and all that good stuff and breakfast. One of us does breakfast, and usually my husband and I. And then we get ourselves together, and then usually like two of my aunts and uncles and one of my cousins and her husband and kids come over, and my son's girlfriend and stuff, and we all hang out and play games and eat dinner together and all that good stuff. So you know, my mom was like, this is gonna be really overwhelming to have her because she requires so much help, and you know, I also still will have all these people coming over and, you know, whatever. And we're like, Mom, like, we'll help you, we can do this, you know. Well, I know then she was so glad that she did, because then my grandma passed away at the end of February. And so it was so special to my dad, like just watching him just sit and look at her and just, you know, love on his mom was such a special thing. And I knew it meant the world to him to have her there, because he even stopped and said, like, thank you so much for helping take care of her. And so it was just a really, really awesome thing. And so I'm so thankful that I got to have both of my grandmas there and, you know, get to open presents with them and just enjoy Christmas morning with them. So all that to say, it has really made me mindful of not being selfish with my time, because that's something that has always bothered me about someone in my family. I'm not going to throw under the bus, but it's something that has always hurt my feelings that this person does and just made me frustrated. And so it's something that I keep looking at, that where if I had, you know, different things where it's like, oh, that's going to be extra work, or like I have stuff at home I need to take care of, I probably shouldn't really go do that, or whatever. You know, I think about this like, okay, I have stuff that needs to be done at home, but say my mom or my aunt or somebody asked me to go out for the day with them and go to lunch and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, oh gosh, I have all this stuff, you know, I really need to get some laundry done, and my house is kind of a mess, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't go. I say, oh, I'm sorry, I've got so much going on, I just really can't today. And something happens to that person. Oh, thank goodness I stayed home and cleaned my house, because that was really important. You know what I'm saying? Like, and miss out on that time. People aren't always going to be here. And we don't know how long people have. And you can't just look at elderly people that way. It could be any of us. And so I'm like, you know, I want to take this time. Because it was even like for tonight to spend the night at my mom and dad. So I was like, it's kind of nice to like sleep in your own bed, blah, blah. But then I'm like, I won't always have these opportunities. And it is something that I love doing, being there and just spending that time with them. So I'm like, heck yes, I'm spending the night and, you know, enjoying that time with them. So, just something to be mindful of, like things, stuff, tasks. Obviously some tasks like have to be done, but I mean, most of the time they can wait. Always put people first. Take the time for people first. Okay, now I'm gonna go eat, and then I'll come back and resume what I'm doing here. Okay, so I have the rest of my makeup on. My husband made me eggs and hash browns and gluten-free toast and coffee, of course, because it's a must. But so I went ahead and did my face makeup and my eyebrows, and now we'll finish up my eyes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pat some more of that red onto my lids, because I want it to really be vibrant, because it's such a pretty shade. Let's see. I'm excited to go hang out with everybody. All the women I just saw on our girls shopping trip at the beginning of November, but that already feels like it was forever ago. So I'm excited to see everybody. Some of them I've seen since, but have I? No, maybe not actually, besides my sister, but because I haven't even seen my other sister since then, I don't think. No, I haven't. That's crazy. Time flies. That's another reason, like, why when you get the opportunities to spend time with people, you need to do it, because, you know, it's like, next thing you know, it's been months or something since you've seen somebody, and, like, I hate that. I hate how time just goes by so fast. Like, we're so busy all the time, and we are people who, we only ever let our kids play one sport at a time, but we have 3 kids. So when, you know, all 3 of them were involved in things, that made things super busy. Now, this is our last year with 2 in school, so next year it'll only be, you know, my youngest for the next 3 years. So that will majorly change. It already has changed a lot, because my oldest son played soccer and basketball and stuff, so he was constantly in a sport, where the other 2, Asher played soccer and basketball for a couple years, but he hasn't played soccer in a couple years. And Riley only has ever done, like, marching band and then bowling. But it was never, like, Gavin's schedule was way crazier than Riley and Asher's ever is, thankfully. But, so, you know, that kind of stuff will kind of be slowing down for us. But even still, in saying that, like, even though we only ever, like, allowed them to do that because we didn't want it to be where there's always so much going on that we don't have time to do anything else, it's still, I mean, it was still difficult to manage sometimes, and feel like you have time to do anything else. So it's like people who have kids that are in multiple things at a time, and I don't know how they do it, to be honest. I would lose my mind. That is just not my personality. I am not a on the go kind of person. I want to be able to be home and enjoy my house and relax. Like, I am more of like an introvert, like where I need to recharge by being alone and like being with big groups of people, even if it's people I love. Like after today, when we come home Sunday, tomorrow evening or whatever from my mom and dad's, it will be kind of like, not that I didn't greatly enjoy myself and love spending time with my family, because I will, but that's just my personality. Like, I have to have that downtime. And so, that's something that I definitely like to make sure I have. But in saying that, also making sure that I'm making time for people. Okay. It's hard, But yeah, it's like there's so many things we want to be able to do, but there's so many things we need to do. And so a lot of times it's hard to balance both. And it's kind of a bummer. Like, there's so many things in life that are just like, you have to work, or whatever. And it's like, even though I like my job and I only work, very part-time, it is a big change from when I didn't work, because even I'm especially noticing it now entering into the Christmas season, because, I had all the time in the world when the kids were at school during the day and my husband at work to sit and wrap presents and watch Christmas movies and just relax and enjoy Christmas stuff, read my Christmas books. I'm like having a hard time, reading my Christmas book. I bought like 3 and I can't even get through the one. I realize it's not even December yet, but still, I usually have one done by now. And just, even that little bit of a difference changes things. And it's funny when you get used to something being a certain way. As I said in my last video, I don't really do change fantastically. It's hard because I have to not let myself get like sad about it, kind of like I get down about like, no, but I love my time, especially around Christmas, to just really be able to sit and reflect and whatever. But the reality is most people don't have that kind of situation. And so I guess it gives me a little better glimpse into, what most people during the holidays are like, kind of thing. All right, that can go there. And then I was contemplating silver or gold for my inner corner, but I think I decided on silver because I just feel like it's going to pack more of a punch. So I'm like, let's go for silver. Besides, this is like an amazing silver in this palette. Oh, yeah. Like blinding silver. And I'm so glad I went for the little tiny brush, because sometimes I use a little bit bigger one for my inner corner highlight, but it would have been a little much, I think. This allows me to be more precise, I don't really want to have silver all the way over to my nose. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty though. Pretty sure my family thinks I'm a weirdo because I like to go all out with makeup for stuff, but I don't care. I mean, I kind of am a weirdo, but I'm like the fun kind of weirdo, Alright. I just totally spit. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. And let's see, I think that's it then. So I'm going to do my, liner, lashes, all that stuff, do my hair, and then I'll show you what I'm wearing for today, and that'll be that. Okay, so here is my finished look for Christmas tree day. As you can see, I've got my red and black flannel on because, come on, Christmas tree day. And I've got my Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas shirt on that I got from Wish like 2 years ago. And just my little red, simple little square earrings. And here's my eyes, which I didn't do super fancy or anything, but just, I think they're good for today. So, and just my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, which, camera, driving me nuts, keeps me blurry. But anyway, so that is my look for Christmas tree day. So thank you for letting me share with you what Christmas tree day is for our family, and just a little bit about our holidays. I hope to kind of do that throughout this month and just kind of share with you some of the traditions that my family has. And I would love to hear your traditions, things that your family does that are special and that you enjoy this time of year. So please leave those down below if you would like to share. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.